Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you 4 different ways you can use yoga blocks for support and for strength. The first way is to prevent you from putting too much flexion in the wrists or pressure on the heels of the hands. Some of us have some carpal tunnel issues, or some of us find that it's just not comfortable when we're on all fours to have our hands flat to the floor, and our blocks can help us in the following way. They sort of bring the floor up to you. So instead of being on all fours and having all of your pressure and body weight on the hands, you can just bring the blocks to you and rest your forearms on the floor, on the blocks. And now you don't have to worry about putting any kind of pressure on your wrists at all. So it sort of brings the floor up to you and supports the hands in this way. Another way you can use the block is to help bring the floor to you if you lack flexibility. So for example, if you feel like you're especially tight in the hamstrings and you would like to still work on standing forward fold, you'd bring the blocks up to the Papa Bear position and just step your right and left foot forward. And now instead of trying to place your hands all the way to the floor, you have a place to go and rest. And of course, you can always bend your knees if you need to. But the blocks bring the floor to you instead. Another way to use your block is really comfortable. It's actually going to create traction for you, a little mini traction. So you would come into it like a supported bridge. And I recommend being either at Baby Bear or Mama Bear. You're welcome to do Papa Bear, I just don't find that it's very stable. I'm going to go with Mama Bear. So you roll back onto your back, the feet are flat to the floor, and the knees are pointed at the ceiling. You'll push some weight into your heels and bring your hips away from the floor, and you'll bring the block underneath your sacrum. That is to say, not under your hips. You don't want the tailbone to fall forward. You want it right under your hips, and you should be able to pick up your feet and not wobble from side to side. Then you know you've kind of got it right where you want it. But so now your block is supporting you. You can pick up your feet, you're not going to go anywhere, and gravity and body weight is pulling your vertebrae down and back off of the discs. So this can be really comfortable, especially if you have to do a lot of sitting or driving during the day, and this just takes some pressure off of the spine. The final way to use a block is for strength, and this is nice for working our adductors, the inner thigh muscles. A lot of times when we need to break a fall, we rely on this muscle, and we also use it to help us with our gait when we walk. So if you want to start to shore up the adductors and avoid thunder thighs, you can use a block to help strengthen this whole area. And what you would do is you just get your block out in front of you at whatever level feels appropriate, and you'd get it between the arches of your feet, sit up nice, straight, and tall, and just squeeze the shit out of it. And I don't know how many pounds per square inch that is, but it's a lot. Use your best estimate. Just squeeze, 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 and you should be able to feel the inner thighs activate. A variation on this, if some people find that that puts a little bit of pressure on the knee, it's the same thing. You just bring the feet flat to the floor, knees pointed at the ceiling, and squeeze the block between your knees, and you'll feel your adductors activate. And you can challenge yourself to, for example, when you are sitting at home watching television or watching the news, just grip the block between your feet or your knees for the duration of commercials, and you should notice a shift in your strength and ability to break your fall if you need to. So I hope all 4 of those ways are helpful to you. The blocks are really versatile. You can get them almost anywhere now for a song, and they never wear out, so you'll only have to buy them once, make a one-time investment, and then you'll have them forever, and I highly recommend them. Today I used 4-inch foam blocks. You can use 3-inch blocks. You can use bamboo, cork, whatever works for you. There's no prescription or no better or worse, there's only preference. So 3 or 4 inches should be stable enough for you. If you feel like you have more body weight or mass to support, You might fare better with the cork or the bamboo. It might feel a little less squishy to you. And otherwise, the only other decision you need to make is what color do you want. So thanks for joining me. I hope you'll come see us for the next video. Namaste.